can't wait. We'll go with that. Goddamn damn. There's a brass toilet.
Hey, light us a bagel, yo.
Right here.
Thanks. Please be seated. We will now have the senior members of the high school chorus sing our class song we've got tonight. This is the end. As we go through life, we will remember all that we've learned through these special years. We've got tonight and new tomorrows. We are the seniors of '96. I know it's late and we are leaving. I know our plans are all so different. Still here we are. None of us lonely. None of us lonely. We've got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? Let's make it last. Let's find a way. Turn out the lights. Come take my hand now. We've got tonight. Why can't we stay? Advanced colors.
Andy, your hat.
Please remain standing as I lead in the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of our national anthem by Senior Shay Sarton, accompanied by the high school chorus. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. I'm sorry, Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated.
I was waiting for follow.
Tonight's ceremony marks one of the biggest milestones of our young lives. We all have so many reasons to be happy tonight, and those who love us have so many reasons to be proud. Good evening and welcome, members of the Pittston Area School Board, administration, faculty, family, friends, and graduates to Pittston Area's 30th Annual Commencement Ceremonies. It seems like we have waited for this night for so long, but now the reality of letting go is starting to set in. We now have to leave behind a part of ourselves and move forward, whether it be to work, to college, or to the military. We have to let go of the familiar faces and the places we've grown so accustomed to during our past school years. We must now end this chapter of our lives and begin another. However, by no means are the good times over. We have one last summer, and hopefully it will be the best one yet. The friends and experiences we've had throughout high school will remain with us forever. They will always be carried within our hearts and live on as memories, regardless of where our lives will lead us in the future. Our friends and our memories are a wonderful and important part of who we are today and are never to be forgotten as long as we live. Tonight, graduates, all I ask of you is to look around you and never forget the faces you see, for this is the last time the Pittston Area class of 1996 will be together as a whole, as one. I urge you not to let your lives pass you by. Live life to the fullest and without any regrets. Realize all opportunities that will come your way and take advantage of them. Reflect upon the person you were and the person you will become. Tonight is our night, graduates, and I hope you enjoy every second of it. At this time, I would like to call upon my fellow officers for one last bow. At this time, it is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Joseph Costello, Senior High School Principal.
Thank you, Carrie. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and graduates. Before invocation, please be aware of the following corrections and additions to our program. Frank Burzell graduated in the academic track. Jessica Solkowski received an academic scholarship to Franklin and Marshall University. Thomas Biscotti received the DuPont Lions Award. Mary Ellen Gendry received the DuPont Lions Award. Michelle Slezak received the DuPont Alumni Association Scholarship. Attorney Mark Singer's name was inadvertently omitted from the members of the Board of Education. Please accept our apologies. And I know you're not too upset because Mr. Dross, our Supervisor of Guidance, his name was also inadvertently omitted. Invocation this evening will be given by Lori Strunk. Lori has attained the highest grade point average for the academic standard track. Lori?
Heavenly Father, we ask that you watch over and protect the class of 1996, that we go forward and better ourselves in our future, that we learn from our mistakes and not repeat them, and above all, let each and every one of us stand for what we believe in and not be afraid to speak our minds. We'd like to thank teachers, administrators, parents, and family for standing behind us and helping us through some of the most difficult years of our lives. We realize that this evening is not an ending, but a transition from one phase of our lives to another. We pray that what we do with our lives may be fulfilling for us and worthwhile to our families and community. Amen.
Thank you, Lori. You, the class of 96, have had many accomplishments, some of which will be pointed out by our speakers this evening. I know the Pittston area has provided you with the education needed for you to accomplish your future goals. I ask you to charge forward and make your mark in the world. Pittston area is very proud of all of you, and we will be prouder if you pursue your future goals to the best of your abilities and succeed in whatever you choose. Congratulations, good luck, and always remember Pittston area. The class history will be given by Laura Mudlock and Brian McAdara. Laura has attained the highest average in the academic standard track, and Brian has attained the highest average in the business track. Laura, Brian.
Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Serino, Mr. Costello, honored guests, faculty, students, parents, and friends. We would like to give you a little history of the class of 1996. Tonight, 217 students will bid a farewell to Pittston Area High School and begin a new stage in their lives. Many of us will go on to institutions of higher learning such as Penn, Carnegie Mellon, and Luzerne County Community College. We will pursue careers in medicine, teaching, business, and engineering. Some of us will further our studies in a technical school, while others have chosen to serve our country in the armed forces. Many students have also already been fortunate enough to secure jobs. The class of '96 has set a precedent for having the most students ever selected to Who's Who among American high school students, a total of 86 members. We created another high by earning more than $1 million in scholarship money. 38 students have received academic scholarships, 2 students have received athletic scholarships, and 2 scholarships in music. Numerous awards have been earned by more than 20 members of the senior class. First, John DeSoy won 2 gold medals at the track and field state competition. 1 gold came in the 100-meter dash with a time just 0.02 of a second off the current state record held by Olympian Leroy Burrell. John earned his 2nd gold medal by winning the 200-meter dash. Because of this great feat, June 3rd was declared John DeSoy Day at the Pittston Area School District. Hopefully, John will be the first PA Patriot to run in the Olympics. But Pittston Area's accomplishments haven't stopped there. We have also had great success in the music department. Shay Sarton and Tony Carfor have been keynotes in the band's success. Shay's talents led her to state competition 3 times, All Easterns once, and earned her a full scholarship at Wilkes University. Newcomer Tony Carfor attended the Governor's School for Music, won various scholarships to prestigious schools, and is currently undefeated in jazz band competition. Both students are members of the award-winning jazz band and marching band.
As far as academics are concerned, Roxanne Greavy placed 2nd in the American Chemical Society chemistry test for the Susquehanna region of Pennsylvania. These are only some of the pieces that make up the senior class puzzle. Steve Rubin also attended the Governor's School for International Studies. Steve placed 3rd at the Mr. Future Business Leader at the FBLA state competition. On the flip side, the weather conditions this year have not been very accommodating to Pittston area. Because 90+ inches of snow fell, the greater Pittston area suffered from moderate flooding, caused the Pittston Area School District to have its first ever flood day. This brought the total amount of cancellations this year to 13 days. Also, we hung the first class ornament on the Christmas tree. And this is the first year students did not have to take midterm or final exams. To add a little levity to our speech, we consulted the cafeteria supervisor, Mr. Dan Mancini. He let us in on a few facts and figures about senior classes' food consumption throughout our high school years. Did you know we have eaten 250,000 pieces of pizza, 4 tons of pasta, and 3 tons of potato puffs? We also drank a total of 7,750 gallons of Snapple, milk, and water. Thank God for healthy metabolisms. In conclusion, we would like to thank all those who made our education possible. It is because of these very special and wonderful people that we are able to have the confidence, leadership skills, and know-how to overcome life's obstacles and to take the 21st century by storm. With this, we would like to bid farewell to our fellow graduates and to wish them good luck in the future. Thank you.
This year we have 3 students tied for the highest average in the class of '96 and number 1 in the academic honors track. Dinner for 217 was composed and will be presented by Roxanne Grebe, Steve Rubin, and Aaron Walsh, our number 1s in the academic honors track.
Members of the board, administration, faculty, parents, friends, and fellow graduates, welcome.
Several weeks ago, I was about to begin an essay when my mom made her usual call and asked what I wanted for dinner. After a quick grin to myself, I wondered, why does she bother to ask when she knows she's going to decide for both of us anyway? Then I thought, how often in life are our decisions made for us? I kept that thought throughout dinner and then decided what my essay shall be based upon. It's amazing how food can help you think. With dessert just swallowed and the first course but a memory, I realized that the combination of flavors and smells from each course contributed to the overall dining experience. And then it hit me.
Ouch!
It hit you too?
Of course. How else would I have known that the whole time you were talking over there, you were trying to compare your dinner to the well-rounded person? Just as with your meal, being well-rounded can be but a course away, whether it is calculus, masonry, or typing. It is upon this foundation of knowledge and intellect that one's personality, character, and values are based. These attributes are the keys to making decisions in life. As the French philosopher René Descartes said, each problem that I solved became a rule, which served afterwards to solve other problems. A well-rounded person must not merely learn knowledge for knowledge's sake, but must be able to apply this knowledge to all situations with creativity and flexibility. As each of us goes our separate ways, whether it is college, the workforce, the military, or elsewhere, the true value of our high school education will become evident. Throughout high school, we've come to realize that education involves more than just books. Whether it is touring West Point, roaming around Manhattan, parading through New York, visiting Europe, or even just visiting the local courthouse, there was always something to be learned. The best part of these trips is that they were group trips, which brought us closer to our friends. And speaking of friends, I'll now turn you over to one of mine. Aaron?
Where would we be without friends? Who would encourage us to express our thoughts, ideas, and goals? Who would give us reasons to try something new? Who would be there when you needed a shoulder to cry on? What if we didn't have each other? What if he wasn't there? Or what if she wasn't there? What if you weren't here? Look at the person sitting next to you. What impact have they had on your life? He might be one of your closest friends, or she may have been in one of your classes, Or possibly you've only seen him passing through the halls. But you will now remember him forever, because I have just pointed him out to you. As we sit here for our last time together, remember the moments we have shared. Who can forget gathering at the Patriot Country sign after our last football game? Or freezing outside during the bomb scare our freshman year? From crying on our first day of kindergarten to tears during our final dance at the prom, we have helped each other to create the memories we will cherish for a lifetime. These words, though sentimental and heartfelt, do not give justice to the lasting friendships and moments we have shared. So let me sum this up with a quotation by William Shakespeare. Words are easy, like the wind, but friends are hard to find.
Speaking of the wind, I hear we have a graduate who runs like the wind. He started with the rest, but soon became a leader. As the gun went off, he knew it was his turn to lead, and similarly, we too must be ready to accept the leadership role when necessary. Although leadership is important, knowing when to be a follower is just as important. Being a follower does not mean sitting back and enjoying the ride, but rather taking a subordinate position to somebody who has greater skills for the given situation. This can be in the classroom, at a competition, or even on the playing field. Another attribute necessary in these situations would be that of being a team player, graciously accepting one's role for the benefit of the whole team. Although everybody's role on the team is different, each is equally important.
Speaking of equality, I think it's my turn to speak. Although academics, friendships, and athletics are important in their own right, one must not indulge in one alone. Rather, the perfect formula to become well-rounded is a balance of the three. There is a time for studying and a time for socializing. There are times when one can focus solely on oneself, but there are also times when one must extend himself to the community. While weighing options and facing life's decisions, we must use responsibility to choose the correct path to reach our goals. Just as each person's goals differ, so do their definitions of the well-rounded person.
By now, you may have already guessed how we define the well-rounded person. I'd like to present to you the well-rounded person. That's right, together, the class of 1996 forms the well-rounded person. Just as each of the courses are important to the entire meal, so too does each person hold an important part in forming the class of 1996. As we enter the future, we export athletes, scholars, and technicians, each of whom will play a vital role in the community. I would like to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for making the class of 1996 what it is. Finally, as we toss our caps and walk through the gate, I challenge you to take the next step towards well-roundedness by becoming an active member of society. Let this decision be the decision that you are proud to make yourself. Thank you.
Our district principal, Dr. Ross Scarantino, will give remarks and will present those students who are graduating with honors. Dr. Scarantino.
Thank you, Mr. Costello. Members of the Board of Education, members of the administrative staff and faculty, parents, grandparents, friends, and members of the graduating class of 1996. This evening I have the honor and privilege of introducing the honor students of this class. These students have excelled not only in the classroom, but also on our athletic teams, as members of the marching, concert, and jazz bands, the Key Club, the National Honor Society, and many other extracurricular activities. Before I introduce these students, I would like to say something to all the graduates. My comments will be short because I fully realize how eager you are to get on with the activities of the evening. You are eager to get those diplomas for which you have worked so hard. You are eager to join your families and your friends to share your joy with them. And you are eager to get started with your plans for the future. And this is as it should be, for a graduation, far from being an end, is the beginning of all your tomorrows. Over the past 12 years, you have worked and studied, practiced and played, and grown mentally, physically, and emotionally. And now you are here, ready to begin your lives as members of the adult community. For some of you, this means a job and the responsibilities of family living. For others, this will mean college and further years of study and preparation. Whatever course your future takes, it is my sincere hope that you look back on your years here at Pittston area as having prepared you to meet and deal with the challenges that life will present. So on behalf of myself and the entire Pittston area school district, I wish to congratulate each and every one of you and wish you well in your future endeavors. The best of luck and congratulations to the class of 1996. Thank you. Now to introduce the honor graduates. The first group of students have attained honors with distinction. These students have maintained a quality point index of 3.75 or better for 4 years. Please hold your applause until I have introduced all students. And students, please remain standing until all have been introduced. Kathy Argenio, Thomas Biscotti, Frank Carey, Anthony Corfora, Amy Clifford, Christy DeRome, Krista Ferrugia, Janelle Filipkowski, Barbara Fisher, Jessica Gray, Roxanne Grebe, Kelly Heron, Jessica Januzzi, Carrie Kishel, Kathy Kobe, Paul Ludden, Carrie Miglianico, Laura Mudlock, Concetta Paradise, Alex Spitsadlik, Adam Pugh, Leah Rabovich, Christine Richards, Steve Rubin, Rebecca Salmon, Shay Sarton, Stephanie Schaefer, Sal Chandra, Amanda Shimp, Michelle Slezak, Colleen Teig, Jessica Zablicki, and Aaron Walsh. Let's give them a nice round of applause. The next group of students have attained honors status. They maintain a quality point index of 3.5 to 3.74 over 4 years. And again, please hold your applause until I've introduced all. William Borsevich, Ann Jeanette Siliberto, Aaron Dewar, Camilla Homechek, Elaine Kuchkas, Kelly McDermott, Francis Mekadon, Jenny Merman, Angelo Randazzo, Angela Romanchik, Nicole Stelma, Jessica Silkowski, Lee Timlin, Jason Tribbett, Jackie Vaxmonsky, and Tara Weech. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Thank you.
Dr. Frank Serino, Superintendent, will give remarks, and afterwards we'll introduce our principal speaker and the President of the Board of Education, Dr. Serino.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, honored guests, fellow educators, proud parents, friends, and most importantly, distinguished graduates of the class of 1996. I have a dream are the words that have been immortalized by a well-known American, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His dream was that all Americans, regardless of race, nationality, or wealth, would enjoy equal opportunities in life, education, and their pursuit of happiness. To this dream, he dedicated his life in his day-to-day activities. His long and short-term goals were set to the accomplishment of this dream. His dream that he portrayed in the 1960s has reached a major level of realization in the 1990s, and we are all the benefactors of that dream. We, the educational staff of Pittston area, have a dream. Our dream is that each and every graduate of PA is prepared to establish a successful life. We have developed curriculum, social, and interpersonal goals to ensure that every individual student has had the opportunity to build a foundation upon which all of your future endeavors can flourish. The day-to-day workings of our entire educational system is predicated upon identifying and meeting the individual needs of each and every one of you. Tonight is a partial realization of our dream. However, that dream cannot be fully realized without you. I challenge each and every graduate here this evening to dare to dream. Your dream should be the product of your God-given talents, your educational foundation, and your courage to face new and demanding challenges. It is your dreams, the individuals of the class of '96, that will plot the course of America's tomorrow. To dream is exciting, but to dedicate yourself to the realization of that dream is challenging and demanding. It is the person with motivation, self-confidence, and fortitude that will convert dreams into reality. It is with great confidence that we send forth the class of '96 as the conquerors of your individual and collective dreams. I can think of no better way to conclude my message than with the words of the song, "We Are the Dreamers." The senior high chorus, under the direction of Miss Mariana Smith, will now dedicate this song to the graduates of the class of '96. As I said, I could think of no better way than to have our chorus finalize my message. Great job, guys. Thanks. Congratulations to the Pittston area graduating class of 1996, and my personal best wishes for a happy, healthy, and successful future. As you entered our campus this evening, I am sure it became quite evident to you that someone had taken a lot of time and effort in making sure that the decor and the atmosphere for this graduation would be something special. I would like to personally commend and thank our maintenance, janitorial, and secretarial staff for their efforts, dedication, and pride in making this evening a success. In the midst of taking care of their day-to-day duties, they enthusiastically prepared two complete sites, the auditorium and the stadium, for this evening's graduation. And thank God it's in the stadium. Again, thank all of you. Finally, a thanks to our Board of Education for their support and resources to make all of this possible. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce a gentleman who can be characterized as a true Pittston area patriot. He served on the Pittston area Board of Education for 15 years. During his tenure, he served as board president for 2 terms. Throughout his 15 years of service, he dedicated an immeasurable amount of his personal time to our school and our students. It was more the rule than the exception to find this gentleman at various school activities, ranging from athletic events to academic affairs to performances of art and music. He was not just a spectator, but a supportive participant in the accomplishments and successes of our school and its students. He graduated from Hughestown High School and then furthered his education at the University of Scranton, where he received a Bachelor of Science degree in physics with a minor in mathematics from the University of Scranton, and did further graduate work in physics at Wilkes University. He was a tax collector of Hughestown Borough, was formerly employed as Director of Engineering at AAA Manufacturing in Scranton. Presently, he is employed as a staff engineer with Harris Semiconductor in Mountaintop, PA. He is a lifelong resident of Hughestown Borough and is married to the former Lorraine Carnevale. They have 2 daughters, Deborah Husty of Wilkes-Barre and Diane Lella of Carlisle, and is the proud grandfather of 6 grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, a true friend of Pittston area, Mr. James Murphy.
Thank you, Dr. Serino, for that introduction. I think you better save that one for my wife. She may need one for a eulogy someday. When I was coming in with the procession, I had this large folder under my arm, and Representative Teig says, "Hey, Murph, that's not all speech in there, is it?" I can assure you it isn't. Members of the board, the school directors, and the school board secretary, administrators, teachers, support staff, parents and guardians of the graduates, relatives and friends of the graduates, and yes, finally, the young men and women who are the reason we're gathered here today, the graduates of Pittston area's class of 1996. Before going any further, I would like to publicly thank the board for asking me to speak at this commencement. There are times, we all know, when all words fall short of expressing one's true inner feelings. Without belaboring that point, this is truly one of those times. My feelings are kind of ambivalent. On one hand, I feel so proud and honored for myself and my family that you're allowing me to address the graduating class of 1996, and yet I'm so humbled by the stature of the speakers who have preceded me in this so prestigious task. I will try to live up to the examples they have set. Well, it looks like it has taken both of us quite a few years before they're allowing us to leave Pittston area. In fact, it has taken me 3 years longer than you. We are both started at Pittston area for somewhat different reasons. I do believe we are both leaving with somewhat similar feelings. Happy with anticipation to be moving on to something new, however sorry and sad to be leaving our friends and a school that has been part of our lives for so many, many years. However, there's one thing I think we can both bank on. These friends and the Pittston area school will be part of our lives forever. Because of the many years that I have spent here, I could choose numerous topics to speak about, and the topics could range from the Department of Education subsidy formula to the parking lot blacktop project. But this is your day, and all the talk should be to you, for you, and about you. Since I knew for some time that I'd be giving this address, I have been gathering information about this class's accomplishments, figuring that if perhaps I needed any such data, I'd have it on hand. However, just in case I did miss something important, I asked Mr. Costello to jot down what he thought were some of your more important accomplishments. And by the way, if you need to choose a 1996 class cheerleader, please pick Mr. Costello, because he believes everything this class of 1996 did was an important accomplishment. And after reviewing them myself, I couldn't agree with him more. In fact, it is the very magnitude of your accomplishments that brings me to the first point I would like to make sure that you understand this evening. I think this whole community should salute you for the good you have done. Your accomplishments demand it. I grow tired of listening to us older people whenever something negative regarding a young person is highlighted, as it always is in the media. When I was their age, well, let me tell you, when I was your age, by comparison, there was not much else to do but be good. If these same people of yesterday were ever thrust into today's society without the training you grew up with, they, we, myself included, would never be able to cope. I don't doubt that most of us here would be in some sort of incarceration. Today, you young men and women have more ways to go astray than we would have ever imagined when we were your age. Yet, here you are with all these tremendous accomplishments, despite all the barriers put in front of you by a society we created. Congratulations. While I am in awe over your many achievements, I decided not to highlight each one individually, because if I do, I run the risk of failing to notably mention all of them. After actually seeing the number of awards being presented formally last night at your class night, I know now it would also have made this evening a very long one. But I can't help noting the number of students moving on to institutions of higher learning. 81%. Wow, what an accomplishment. And the dollar value of your total scholarships, just under $1.25 million. These are records to really be proud of. You have kept the bar raised high for future classes. Over my tenure here at PA, I have attended many academic and extracurricular activities, and while I do not want to diminish any one other accomplishment, I can't help look at the list and not at least mention our first state gold medals, 2 of them. Thank you, John. I think you have coined a new phrase here at PA, at least in track. We don't destroy our competition anymore, we dessoy them. It is difficult to be unique, let alone interesting, in a commencement address. All of the appropriate words have been said many times before by far more eloquent speakers. With all of your pent-up emotion just waiting for that final moment, the most memorable aspect of anything I say would be that I say it briefly. I'm rather a practical person, so my address this evening is a kind of an advisory message, gleaned from my perspective through experience on how you may cope in society's rapidly changing business world. The world we work in is changing at such an alarming rate, it defies comprehension. Businesses that were prosperous just a few years ago are now obsolete. New businesses with their tremendous job opportunities are being created every day in alarming numbers. For example, how many of you here even know what this is? Raise your hand. Wow. Not too many. This is the slide rule. When I was an engineering student, no engineering student worth his or her salt would be caught without one. One could never do the complicated math problems quickly without one. It was a complex, rather intricate business based on the common logarithm to the base 10. The basic structure was made from various exotic metals and selected with specially dried bamboo so that it would not be affected by either temperature or humidity. Then they were laminated with a low sliding friction outer material engraved with the numbers logarithmically spaced, and then fitted with a glass or plastic cursor. This was not a simple product to make. This was a complex, sizable business with a solid foundation found in many of the developed countries of the world. Now, a slide rule is a relic, something no one can find in an antique store, or maybe in an antique store, possibly a museum, possibly even a school in the history department, or perhaps, like this one, in the possession of some old, nostalgic man remembering how it was. I happen to cherish this one because it was a gift from my mom and dad when I went to college. Producing slide rules was once a lucrative business, and then zap. Along comes a little 4-function electronic calculator, and that was the beginning of the end of a slide rule. The slide rule, when I received mine, cost about $25. Right now, you can go into Kmart and purchase a full scientific or financial calculator with astoundingly more capability for under $10. End of a slide rule business. Here's another example, but one which you are much more familiar. Something that was unheard of when you started here at Pittston area, now commonplace and growing in leaps and bounds. You know it as the Internet, or the World Wide Web, www.com. It has already permeated almost all phases of our society, and it's only in its infancy. You can log on and go surfing around and read most of your local newspapers, USA Today or the London Times. You can visit your favorite library, chat with someone in another country in their own language. And yes, it's also available right here at Pittston area. In fact, we'll probably see a new course here titled something like Driver's Ed for the new information superhighway. They say that this internet is doubling its subscribers every 2 years. Remember now, this was not even around when you started school. It is tying the whole world together through lightning-fast communications. It's creating thousands of jobs in gateways, suppliers, sales, marketing, books, manuals, courses, worldwide street maps, telephone numbers, places to eat, how to, where to, and why, etc., etc., etc. Information is unlimited. And something that puts it in the realm of beyond comprehension, no one even owns it. No one owns it. It's in cyberspace somewhere with a life of its own. It's almost unreal. I use these two examples only to as graphic reminders to highlight my point that these kinds of fast-changing options with their overwhelming challenges do not seem to be exceptions for you and future generations, They are the norm. My message this evening is how I think you might best cope with these phenomenally sudden changes. While it's laudable even at an early age to have a purpose and strive and work toward a particular career, be it professional, military, or craftsperson, remember the examples. The career you're pursuing may not even be there when you're ready. Also, when the time comes that you must make a choice, that will undoubtedly be many more careers there will undoubtedly be many more careers for you to choose from. The way to cope with this situation, which almost defies planning, is to expand your base of knowledge. While you may focus your next level of education toward a specific profession or occupation, whether at another institution of learning or in the workplace, learn it well. Don't be afraid to broaden your focus whenever the opportunity presents itself. Learn anything you can pick up along the way. It can be in the form of another class you may not need at the time, but have the time to take, or learning another phase of a job that really isn't specifically required by the one you're doing. Expand your versatility by broadening your educational base. Learning these extra skills expands your options. There is nothing, and I'm not on a limb saying this, there is nothing you learn that one day in the future you won't say, I'm sure glad I took the time to learn that. The need for extra skill and knowledge you have usually comes without warning, thereby allowing you to take advantage of opportunities which may suddenly arise. Some opportunities arise so quickly you don't have time to plan, only react. You either have the knowledge or capability at that time, or you don't. Those who seem to have the broadest educational base seem to be the luckiest in the job market. I believe we all understand it has little, if nothing, to do with luck. As John Lennon once said, life is what happens while you stand around planning. I'd like to tell you about a young lady I know who, while in high school, avoided computers as much as possible. And the more she avoided them, the more she seemed to dislike them. While attending college, she used them only when absolutely necessary. During the summer prior to her senior year of college, she could not obtain summer work in her chosen field, food service management. The only job she could find was in the computer field, so she took it and applied herself very well. After graduation, and while still looking for work in her chosen field, she took a temporary job doing computer work. And to this day, she's still doing it and loves every minute of it. And now she's considered staying in the computer field and writing her own software package about, you'll never guess, food service management. So don't be afraid to broaden your educational base. You just never know when you can use it. One of the most common phrases expressed by a graduate to a graduate by family and friends is to wish them well and hope they attain success. It almost sounds like success is a place to reach or some kind of a plateau. I'd like to remind you of a quote, I believe it was Sir Winston Churchill, who once said, success is not a destination, it's a journey. I hope my message this evening will help make your journey easier. The more successful you are on your journey, the more successful we all are as a community. I urge you to go forward to tomorrow, to your future with confidence, but remember to pause along the way and look back on yesterday, your past that began here at Pittston area for 12 years, where your future was beginning, and today you begin that journey. We all know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, let me congratulate all the parents and guardians of this village. You have done a great job here in raising your children. However, I do believe the reverse is true of the saying is true. Now it's your turn, graduates, to go and raise our community. And now I'd like to ask the class president, Ms. Carrie Migliani, could you please come forward? I have a message here from a friend to the graduating class, and I'd like to present it to the president of the class. few months ago, quite a few months ago, there appeared a piece in the newspaper that says, Clinton can't make the PA commencement. Well, you know, there's a lot of people that was pretty disappointed with that he couldn't make it. The article goes on to say he was kind of busy. A lot of people were disappointed, including my wife. But I did get something by priority mail here the other day that reads, to the graduating class of 1996, congratulations on your graduation from Pittston area senior high school. I'm delighted to join your family and friends in wishing you well as you celebrate this important occasion. Your high school diploma is evidence of your hard work and determination to reach your goals, as well as an important step toward personal and professional fulfillment. You can be proud of your efforts and of your accomplishments. Education is the key to a satisfying career. I urge you to become a lifetime learner and to make the most of opportunities that will expand your knowledge. This nation needs the energy, skills, and unique perspective of each of you. Your generation will help to lead us into the 21st century that is built on the foundation of freedom and equality and is blessed with peace and prosperity. You are the future. Hillary and I send our warmest wishes for your happiness. Bill Clinton, President of the United States. Terry, thank you. Now, I'd like to conclude by personally congratulating each and every one of you on this graduation day. I would like to thank you again for having me, and I would especially like to thank you for your attention. The best of luck to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. We will now have another musical selection presented by our Pittston area high school chorus and band combo featuring Kelly Skrzalski, entitled We Are the Young. The featured singer in the song The Dreamers was Lee Remfer. Chorus, band combo.
Children of the world, we hold tomorrow in our hands. We are the young, the promise of a brighter day. The future waits at our command. Teach us well, teach us how to care. Give us love, love that we can share. And we'll walk hand in hand in the light of the rising
Every organization needs a person who is willing and able to step up and assume a leadership role. Here at Pittston area, we have just that person in our board president, Mr. Michael Joyce. Ever since assuming his role as board president, he has focused his attention on quality education, accountability, and individual student success. Ladies and gentlemen, our board president, Mr. Michael Joyce.
Thank you, Dr. Serino. On behalf of the Board of Education, welcome to the 1996 commencement exercises at the Pittston Area High School. It is a great personal honor to be awarding diplomas for the second consecutive year. Most of the responsibilities of the president of the board are not a pleasant task to perform once, let alone twice, but handing out diplomas is one that I will cherish forever. I would like to extend congratulations to all of the graduates and wish them the best of luck in all of their future endeavors, whether it is in college, trade school, the military, or entering the workforce. I am sure that you will make us very proud. Now I would like to introduce my fellow board members who give great amounts of time and effort to make Pittston area a better place to send your children for a great education. And I'd ask them to please stand as I read their names. Mr. Alfred Rava, our Vice President, Mr. Val D'Elia, Mr. Edward Hobbs, Mr. Clem Lello, Mr. James O'Brien, Mr. Martin Quinn, Mr. Anthony Rostock, Attorney Mark Singer, Attorney George Shovlin, our Board Solicitor, and Mrs. Marion Heacock, our Secretary to the Board. Thank you very much.
I know I'm not the most popular person in the world, but we now come to the time we've all been waiting for. And by the authority granted to me by the Pittston Area Board of Education, I attest that all the graduates who are now to be presented individually have successfully completed all the course requirements as mandated by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Pittston Area Board of Education, and are thus entitled to all the honors and privileges of this high school diploma. Mr. Joseph Orlando, Assistant Principal, will now present the class of 1996. Mr. Michael Joyce, assisted by Dr. Frank Serino, will award the diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Costello. To the class of 1996, this evening brings to an end your tenure as students of Pittston Area High School. Whatever you have learned, whatever good you have gained, will be known in the way you live as adults from this night forward. The road to get here has been challenging. It is our hope that it has prepared you well for the opportunities and struggles that now lie ahead. Wherever your future journeys take you once you leave Patriot Country, you will remember the times and the people that joined you together as the class of 1996. As you celebrate your graduation, remember who you are. Remember your gift of life that has been cared for and nurtured by family, friends in school, bringing you to the special moment in your lives. Congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck and the most success in your future. The future is yours. Friends, may I present Pittston Area High School, class of 1996. Kerry Miglianico, President. Aaron Walsh, Vice President. Barbara Fisher, Secretary. Kathy Lee Colby, Treasurer. Roxanne Grebe. Shay Marie Sarton. Lee Renfer. Stephanie Christine Schaefer. Angela Romanchik. Rebecca Lynn Partington. Jay Guinieri. Tony Carfora, Paul Ludden, David Karzak, Chris Kramer, Dave Kivak, Amanda Shimp, Elaine Kuchkus, Kelly Skrzowski, Laura Mudlock, Lori Strunk, Jessica Zablicki, Steve Rubin, Anthony Pellegrini, Andy Sloboda, Adam Pugh, Brian Macadera, Carrie Kishel, Nicole Stein, Kimberly Ann Stewart, Nicole Stelma, Michelle Slezak, Kim Robleski, Jennifer Walker, Michael Jake, Chris Casa, Charles Keeler, Dave Jackson, Rob Hull, Keith Hawley, Sean Peter Hopkins, Krista Yanchulis, Lisa Zeller, Holly Newcomb, Colleen Teig, Lee Timlin, Tara Weech, Tony Tubioli, Charles Vaccaro, Jonathan Rubel, Nathan Winder, Nicholas Zaleski, George McNulty, James Yukas, Jared Rehill, Allison Marie Pizzano, Leah Rabovich, Amy Marie Pinto, Lisa Perrins, Jessica Solkowski, Amy Partington, Concetta Ann Paradise, Anita Marie Olson, Jeff Henn, Joe Hamad, Jerry Guarnieri, John Joseph Groschel, Henry Groschel, Mike Glynn, Frank Glom, Suzanne Reedy, Carrie-Ann Texera, Christine Richards, Sandra Sylvester, Rebecca Salmon, Rebecca Risner, Melissa Thompson, Tammy Jumsky, Ron Sebastianelli, James Serino, Jeff Shannon, Todd Shimko, Mike Stella, Pacifico Stella, Jason Tribbett, Amy Ray Menachini, Christy McKendry, Mara McDonald, Kelly McDermott, Jackie Mastruzzo, Stacy Major, Johanna McDonald, Kim Lamper, Joe Giardina, Joe Galuzzo, Theodore Gabriel, Steve Ferrugia, John Dolman, John DeSoy Jr., Guy DePascal, Michael Crawford, Tracy Tonkin, Michelle Miniger, Cindy Rubel, Jenny Merman, Kathleen Murphy, Stacy Nalashi, Rebecca Nazarchuk, Danielle O'Reilly, Russell Zapko, Angelo Randazzo, John Reklitis, Brian Romanchik, Jeff Ross, Jason Valenti, Robert Savakinis, Salvatore Chandra, Sarah Jasnowski, Jessica Januzzi, Don Jackson, Camilla Jean Homechek, Kelly Lynn Heron, Amy Marie Heron, Kim Gula, Carrie Gula, Mark Costello, Jeremy Collins, Kevin Sakachi, Jason Cawley, Anthony Caswell, John Lyons, Frank Carey, John Carden, Mary Ellen Gendry, Holly Judge, Joelle Klocko, Jackie Vaxmonsky, Melissa Kraftjack, Tricia Weech, Danny Nardone, Jason Newcomb, Jason Nisnik. James O'Boyle. Rob O'Donnell. Adam Volch. William Pearls. Alex Podzadlik. Tara Donnelly. Christy DeRome. Laura DeLuca. Tara Lynn Decker. Evelyn Ann Critch. Jennifer Caldwell. Amy Clifford. And Jeanette Catherine Siliberto. Luigi Carinante. Jeremy Bratley. Paul Bradigan. Frank Borzell. William Borsavage. Darren Borthwick. Tom Biscotti. Charles Bisbing. Mr. Edward Hobbs will present the diploma to Aaron Dewar. Krista Ferrugia. Melissa Ann Fee. Janelle Filipkowski. Michelle Fino. Tara Tomasetti. Jessica Rebecca Gray. Tara Elizabeth Voles. Francis Mekadon. Tim Menikini. Joe Migatulski. James Miles. Jason Miller. Sam Morganti. Joe Molroy. Vince Musto. Erica Bauman. Lee Balshun. Shantae Armitage. Andrea Argo. Catherine Argenio. Stacy Ambrosavage. Katie Marie Alba. James Becerra. Steve Bartush. Ken Barheit. Brian Ball. Rob Ankenbrand. Josh Andruskavich. Michael J. Amditis. Chris Alba. Tara Bynum. Kimberly Bidwell. Kim Blake. Catherine Brody. Kelly Buchan. Tracy Callahan. Michelle Campbell, Jennifer Chesniak, Stacy Chismar, Ryan Maisano, Kurt Marquez, Ryan Matalonis, Robert Yeck, Kevin McGarry, Joe Wodarski, and Ron Mead. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 1996.
Now you can enjoy yourselves. I now extend my sincere appreciation to the faculty and staff who participated in the graduation exercises. Also to everyone who has assisted in the preparation for tonight's graduation. A special thank you to Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Smith, our high school chorus director, and Mr. Lemoncelli, our high school band director, for the musical arrangements. Rebecca Partington, accompanied by the high school chorus and band, will now sing the alma mater. After the completion of the singing of the alma mater, everyone is asked to remain standing as Elaine Kutchkas, who has attained the highest average in the vocational track, will give benediction. You are all invited in the singing of the alma mater. A copy of the alma mater can be found in our program. After the recessional, family and friends are invited to join the graduates on the field. We ask you to please enter the field at the entrance near the field house. Rebecca? Elaine Kutchkus will now give benediction. Elaine?
Okay. Heavenly Father, we have worked, we have strived for the best we could be. We have labored for knowledge. We have opened our minds to new ideas. We have done all this and we have succeeded. We have come through. There is love and fondness for what we have done, and there is excitement and joy for what yet will come. We pray that this night will be the start of our lives that are productive and satisfying. We pray that we may always use the knowledge we have gained in our school for the betterment of our lives and those of our fellow human beings. We hope that the graduates here present may experience lives that are filled with challenges, which allows them to grow, knowledge which allows them to succeed, and peace, which makes everything worthwhile. Thank you and good night. Congratulations, classmates.